Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ahlan sala everyone. Very good evening to one and all. Welcome to this webinar on Bean to Business, exploring the coffee sector. And, this is an initiative by Idaarah al-Tijaarat al-Raabehah to explore the nuances of each sector and deep dive into opportunities. And I welcome all the participants who have joined so far. I welcome Mr. Praveen from who is the CEO of Coffee, Atal Incubation Center at the Coffee Board, for being with us, for taking this time for the members of the community, and your inputs, your insights will be instrumental, sir, today, in understanding the nuances of everything around coffee. While it is a thing which we start our day with, but now it will be interesting to understand how does it look like when it comes to the business side of it. So welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ammar and team.
And I'll quickly start with your introduction, sir. That for the audience, that Mr. Praveen, as I said, he is the CEO of Atal Incubation Center at the Coffee Board, and he carries about a decade of experience in this industry for supporting startups, for supporting entrepreneurs, for supporting incubation. And he specializes in supporting early stage ventures in the coffee and agri sector. And he has been a former entrepreneur himself. He has led both national and international projects. And we will take all of those experiences, all of those insights, and understand everything which revolves around the coffee sector, and understanding the nuances of what does it take to start and scale this a coffee-based business in India. So, sir, with that brief introduction, I'll pass on the stage to you, and then I'll jump in again during the later part of this conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Ammar. Thanks for giving this opportunity to talk to the interested participants who want to know more about what is happening in the coffee sector. And if somebody is interested to launch their own businesses or startup, how Coffee Board can help. So we will explain that. And also I'll touch upon how the coffee sector in India is performing, and what's the future of coffee sector for India, and how women, youths, and other people can take leverage of it. And there are a lot of support system available from the government and also from the private stakeholders. So definitely, I look forward to have as many as good entrepreneurs emerging from this community. So that will be one of the pride moment. Definitely, I can share upon with the stakeholders that we did a webinar. Because of this webinar, these many people turned up submitting their innovative ideas to Coffee Board, and how many emerged actually as the entrepreneurs. So definitely, I look forward for that. So as Mr. Ammar gave a brief introduction, so I had the Atal Incubation Center in Coffee Board head office in Bengaluru. So this incubation center has been set up in collaboration with Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Mission and the Central Coffee Research Institute of Coffee Board to support and nurture startups in the area of coffee and allied sectors. So there are so many Atal Incubation Centers in India. So we are one among them. So we are one among those 85 plus Atal Incubation Centers in India. But we are very specific to coffee, unlike other incubators where they support startups from various sectors. So we are very much confined to coffee and allied sectors. So today in my webinar, I will just brief you about what happens between this bean to business, how will be the journey, and how you can explore the insights about scaling ventures, okay, in coffee sector. So I'll move to my next slide. Hope my audio is fine. So if you have any concerns, you can just drop a message in the chat box so that the coordinators and myself we can handle.
Okay. Yes, I think we are getting a few messages that if we can incorporate some bit of Hindi as well. But
okay, I definitely try my best. Yeah. Okay.
And sir, sorry to interrupt. I think I skipped one interesting part in the beginning, which was about quickly understanding the audiences who have joined us. So if you allow me, can I run a couple of polls just to understand who
Yes,
have
yes,
joined
please.
with us
Yeah.
today? All
Yes,
right.
please.
So audiences will see, everyone who has joined, you will see a couple of polls coming on your screen. If you can quickly participate so that, we also know that, how does the room of audience look like with us today. So I'll start the first poll, which helps us understand who are you. Interesting. So we have good bag of audience, about 40% who are working professionals and about 40% who want to explore coffee as a business opportunity. Now, on to my next poll, sir, which is about currently, how familiar are you with the coffee industry? Interesting. All right. On to the next poll. અને આજના વેબિનારમાં આપણે અલગ અલગ ચીજો પર વાત કરશું બટ જસ્ટ સો દેટ વી અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ કે આપને કયું સ્પેસિફિક સેગમેન્ટ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ કરે છે વિધિન કોફી સો ઇઝ ઇટ ગ્રોઈંગ પ્રોસેસિંગ તો આ પોલથી અમને એ પણ સમજ પડશે સો આઈ એમ જસ્ટ પબ્લિશિંગ દેટ પોલ નાવ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ અને જેમ જેમ જોવાય છે એમને આ પોલમાં કે ઘણા લોકોને એક્સપોર્ટ એન્ડ ઇન્ટરનેશનલ ટ્રેડમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ છે ઘણા લોકોને બ્રાન્ડિંગ એન્ડ પેકેજિંગમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ છે ઘણા લોકોને રિટેલ એન્ડ કેફેમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ છે ને આ સગલા એટલે હમણાં એઝ આઈ सी आई टेक दिस ऑपर्च्युनिटी જેવા અલગ મિસ્ટર પ્રવીણ પોતે જોઈન નથી આઈ થિંક એના ઇન્ટરનેટમાં મને કે ઇશ્યુ લાગે છે સો आई टेक दिस ऑपर्च्युनिटी ટુ sort of give a teaser કે હમણાં કોફી બોટ સાથે આપણે અને અટલ ઇન્ક્યુબેશન સાથે અને બીજા પાર્ટનર સાથે આપણે કોલેબોરેટ કરીને એવા ઘણા પ્રોગ્રામો લાઇનઅપ કીધા છે ઇન્શાલ્લાહ ઇન નિયર ફ્યુચર જે સગલા સાહેબો આપ લોગ જોઈન થયા છો અને ધ લાર્જર કમ્યુનિટી વિલ ઓલ્સો ગેટ ટુ નો આ પ્રોગ્રામ્સના બારામાં જેનામાં આપણે આ સ્પેસિફિક સેગમેન્ટ્સ કે કેમ એક્સપોર્ટ થઈ શકે છે કોફી કેમ એનામાં બ્રાન્ડિંગ અને કેમ એનામાં રોસ્ટિંગ કેમ એનામાં પ્રોસેસિંગ ને આ સગલા સેગમેન્ટ્સના અંદર આપણે ટેકનિકાલિટીઝ કેમ આપણે આનામાં એક્સપર્ટીઝ અને કેમ આપણે આનામાં હેન્ડ હોલ્ડિંગ આ સગલા ઇન્ક્યુબેશનથી આપણે મળી શકે છે સો એ ચીજો આપણે લાર્જ ફોર્મ ઓફલાઈન અને ઓનલાઈન પ્રોગ્રામ્સના શાકિલતથી આપણે આને એક્સપ્લોર કરશું I will also run one more poll કે આપ હમણાં કયા સિટીથી જોઈન થયા છો ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ તો આપણા સે ઘણા अलग अलग जगह से लोगों ज्वाइन થયા છે
Yeah.
Yes sir, we can see you
Amar,
now.
can you hear? Okay, okay, great. Yeah, you were discussing about the polls. You can continue with that, Amar.
Yes sir, you are audible sir.
Okay, okay, great. So should I continue with the slides or you want to do with the polls?
Yes sir, yes sir, we can continue sir, we're done with the polls.
Okay, okay, great. So I'll quickly introduce about the Indian coffee sector. So India is one of the top 10 coffee growers in the world. So we are 7th largest coffee producer and 5th largest coffee exporter. So most of the coffee that is produced in India comes from down south, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. These are the states where actually the coffees are grown now. Northeast and Odisha are also picking up. So almost 70% of the coffee that is grown in India comes from Karnataka alone, next followed by Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So majorly two varieties we grow, Arabica as well as Robusta. So Arabica being a premium coffee variety needs to be grown in a little higher altitude, whereas Robusta compared to Arabica the prices are low and also the maintenance of the plant is also less. However, Indian Robusta variety gets a premium price in the international market. So most of the coffee that we export from India goes to Europe. Almost 55 to 60% of our coffee is sent to European Union and followed by Gulf and Africa regions. So Now, slowly, there is a lot of shift happening within the domestic market. So, unlike exports, a lot of consumption is also happening within India. So that is where there is a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurs to get into coffee sector in India. And a lot of cafes are coming up not only in metro cities, even small town cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities also. A lot of cafes are coming up. So here is a brief snapshot of the market and the growth trends. So India's coffee, definitely the export business, if you see, so there is a shift in the increasement of the export volume. We have almost doubled the export volume in last 10 years. And it's not just India is exporting, we are also consuming a lot of coffee. And a lot of coffee earlier used to be get consumed only in the southern states. Now, the so many cafes are coming up in north and west part of the country as well. And so many companies who are getting into this cafe-based franchisee outlets now. So you might have seen Cafe Coffee Day as one of the first few premium cafes, coffee-centric cafes, which had come almost 15, 20 years back now. You can see a lot of new companies entering into this, right? So, and not only regular coffee, specialty coffee is also increasing its consumption wise. So there's a lot of demand for specialty coffee in India and also in the international market. So Indian Robusta is basically used for blending in most of these European countries because of its good blending nature. Okay. So I will explain in detail at a later stage during Q&A exactly what are some of the projects that we are doing and how we can help other communities, other stakeholders within the coffee industry and outside coffee industry also. So if you ask me what are some of the key opportunities for entrepreneurs in coffee sector in India. So as I told, there are a lot of specialty coffee outlets are coming, especially roasteries, micro roasteries are coming up. And government is also extending subsidies and other financial support for people who want to set up their own cafes or roasteries. And also from Coffee Board, we are also encouraging a lot of people to get into coffee exports. And now coffee is not just a beverage. There are a lot of value-added products related to coffee are also coming up. So a lot of our own startups whom we have incubated, supported. So they're not just selling coffee as a bean or a powder. So they are beyond that. So they are trying to address the problems in the entire coffee value chain. And also a lot of value-added products related to coffee are entering into the market now. And ready to drink coffee, cold coffee beverages. So a lot of people, especially youth, they like to have cold brews now. And many people are also getting skilled related to this coffee sector, especially barista training. So there are a lot of barista academies are emerging in the country. And Coffee Board also provides a lot of hands-on training program on barista skills. And because of the rise in the consumption of coffee, a lot of e-commerce platforms and delivery platforms have emerged. And now with the convenience of digital payment, so a lot of people are getting to know that it is very easy for them to procure coffee from any corner of the country. And our own startups have started e-commerce platforms now to connect buyers, sellers, and also B2B platforms. So as I told, Coffee Board of India, like we have Atal Incubation Centers to support startups in the area of coffee and allied sectors. So Coffee Board, basically the objective of Coffee Board is to promote Indian coffee in international market, also in the domestic market. So in order to facilitate this, so Coffee Board has its own research centers. So we have a Central Coffee Research Station, CCRI. Attached to that, there are so many regional research stations, not only in Karnataka. We have in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, and a few northeast states also. So where a lot of scientific validation testing happens related to coffee, and new varieties of coffee being developed here through the tissue culture labs. And also we have exclusive scientists who work with these innovative R&D institutions, agri-universities, to develop innovative products related to coffee, and also developing disease-resilient coffee varieties. And through extension department of Coffee Board, so they introduce the best farming practices to the coffee farmers, and also help in understanding the different schemes that are meant for the coffee growers, where they can avail some subsidies from the government for coffee cultivation. And also we have coffee quality department, where you can check the quality of your coffee before you export it or you do internal trade here. And we have a NABL accredited lab here in head office Bangalore, and it is one of the very first NABL accredited lab related to coffee in India. And we also have a sensory analysis lab, which is a kind of a lab which is existing. I think we are the first lab in the entire South Asia, if you ask me. So we also have exclusive promotions department, where they take care of domestic and international events, where they connect these buyers and sellers, especially people who do exports. So we encourage them to participate in these events, where they can also showcase their samples to the different international coffee fraternity. And also we work very closely with different embassies of different countries, where we can connect with the large buyers of Indian coffee there. Then we have exclusive Atal Incubation Center, where we provide mentorship, funding, and workspace and the technical guidance for startups, and also for the agri-based startups. And we help startups to develop exclusive business models, and also to protect their IPR. We have innovation cell support, and also we encourage them to understand the innovative practices being followed by many other companies in terms of processing, packaging, and value addition in coffee. And we host a lot of capacity building training programs, not only for startups, even for us aspiring entrepreneurs. And now we want to extend our support to the institutions like the Bohra community, and also for many universities, and also for government departments, where we can train people on entrepreneurship related skills, and help them to become micro entrepreneurs or emerging businesses within the coffee sector. So what we can see in future? So Indian coffee startups now, a lot of coffee-based startups are raising funds, not only from the government funding schemes. Many of them have raised funding from the private investors also, and they're scaling rapidly, and many of them have also entered into international markets now. And these startups schemes, which are launched by central government and also from the state government, a lot of schemes are there exclusively for startups. So it's our duty to encourage them to apply to these schemes, get the benefit out of it. And we do a lot of awareness programs where startups and also the regular businesses within coffee sector can avail these funding schemes. And we also did exclusive research, market research, on understanding the coffee consumption pattern in India. I will share that detailed report to Mr. Amma, which you can get it from him at a later stage. So it will give you an overview of what kind of coffee is being consumed more, and what is the demographic details. Okay. Who are the largest coffee consumers in India in terms of the states, age, and other aspects, whether it is a soluble coffee or instant coffee or a regular filter coffee or any modern recipes. So all those details are well curated into that report. So that will definitely help as a ready reckoner for you if you want to launch your own business in coffee sector. now I'm open for questions, Mr. Amma. So maybe I can throw some more details during this Q&A session.
Done, sir. Done. Thank you so much for taking us. I'll take up from of the questions which were coming while you were talking. To start with the low hanging fruits, they were questions on the lines of the terminologies which you have used in the session so far. For example, what is specialty coffee? While I would love to talk on the subject for hours and hours, but it'll be great to hear from you.
Okay, so basically, specialty coffee is having a exclusive, distinct features within it, and we have something called coffee cup scoring. Okay, so we do coffee cupping sessions here, and if the coffee cup score is above 85, okay, so we categorize that into specialty coffee. Not just cup score, even the origin of the coffee, from where it is coming, and what are the um, other parameters. So we have, as I told, we have exclusive quality department where they analyze the coffee for its quality, and also we have something called sensory analysis. So where we identify different flavor notes related to coffee. So specialty coffee fetches premium price, not only in the domestic market, even in the international market. So if you go to any of these cafes, like a Starbucks or any other premium cafes, the reason why the coffees are priced a little higher is because they use specialty coffee, and the regular coffee what you consume in hotels and small kiosks and all. So usually they blend chicory with it. Okay, it's not 100% pure coffee, so they blend chicory with it. So that is a thin difference between this regular coffee and specialty coffee. So again, there are a lot of scientific definition also for this. I think the time is short for us to discuss in detail. Maybe when I share
Got it.
the market research report, it has all the details, what varieties of coffee, how it is categorized. So we have in detail explanation there.
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
And one more question which got my eye before I jump into more technical questions, which is how competitive is Indian coffee when it compares to other origin coffees?
Okay. So, let us understand the volume of coffee, how much we grow and how much demand we are meeting in terms of the global demand. So, Brazil, Vietnam, and few countries. So, uh, they make almost 85% of the global coffee demand. So, the contribution that is from India to the global coffee demand is somewhere between 3 to 4%. It's not that the coffee quality is bad. The volume itself is less, whatever we grow, but still we are the seventh largest coffee grower, and we are fifth largest coffee exporter. So earlier, as I told, like back in 2017-18, so almost around 8,000 crores of worth of uh, uh, coffee export business was done from India alone. Whereas now it is almost doubled. And
Right.
for your information, coffee is the second most traded commodity after oil in the world. So it's a very, what you can say, cash crop. Okay, we can call it as a cash crop. So in terms of quality parameters, as I told, Arabica is the premium variety of coffee. But Indian coffee variety, especially Arabica, doesn't have much of demand in the global market because other countries who grow those Arabica coffee have better cup scores. Whereas Indian Robusta, definitely we have the premium pricing compared with any other leading coffee producers. So always Indian Robusta variety get the premium price in the international market. In fact, recently we got better price for our Arabica coffee and both Robusta in terms of if you compare with Colombia and Brazil. So we got better price. Yeah. So since last 2-3 years, the coffee prices are really good, and we hope that that continues.
Got it, sir. Now I see a lot of questions in terms of touching upon some of the insights which you shared, sir, that, about training programs, about steps, about how can we get into it, what kind of support can we get, how do we get those information. So specifically to the audience who have already joined, we have the email IDs. I'm jumping the gun, though this question was supposed to come in the very end, but I'll prioritize it, and I'll let sir talk about it as well. But we are in we are in conversation with institutes like AIC and various other bodies when it comes to how can we help the community to grow and scale in this area. And with for that, there will be a lot of programs which will be rolled out. Will of course will come to you via the email channel from which you have already received this communication. The communications will follow. There will be both online and offline programs. There will be incubation center which will come up. There will be training programs in each of the sectors which sir has spoken about. So sir, yeah, I think you can touch upon this thing, and then because I see the chat section is flooded with this specific point.
Okay. So, see, as we are a central government organization, so Coffee Board of India is not just doing training programs only in our head office in Bangalore. So, in fact, we travel across India. So, we do a lot of training programs, not only in Karnataka. We did recently barista training program in Hyderabad, even in Pune, Mumbai, and also in Delhi. And last month, we did an exclusive technical workshop in Kohima, Nagaland. So, it's not about the specific place or any other location. So basically, we want to bring in that coffee culture in India. Even if a person who drinks 2 cups of tea, okay, if he switches to at least 1 cup of coffee, so whatever coffee we grow in India is all consumed. We need not even export it. So much of demand is there. And we see definitely a lot of people can be skilled in this coffee related training programs. And from our incubation center, we are already hosting a lot of training programs. We have exclusive cafe concept, one of the program which is very well accepted. So what we do is, this is a 4 days hands-on training program for people who want to become cafe entrepreneurs. So that training, they will learn different brewing methods and also the cafe management topics. And it's a hands-on training program. And we take 12 to 14 participants per batch. And now this training program, earlier what we used to offer in Bangalore center, now we are doing it in other cities as well. So now that's what I told, like we have set up exclusive skill development cell also. And we have a dedicated team whom we have hired, and we have partnered with other industry experts and also barista academies, where we can extend these training programs outside Karnataka. And a lot of women and the students and also people who got retired and now they want to start their second innings, they have also enrolled to these programs. And we have exclusive online programs also, pre-incubation and export training program. Apart from that, we host a lot of free webinars, the way how your community is hosting this webinar for free. So we also host a series of webinars completely free. So I will share the details to you. Maybe you can share it back to these people if you have built a separate community group, WhatsApp group for that. And we also publish monthly newsletters where we cover what activities we do on a monthly basis. And we also have details how they can register to the upcoming programs. And we also welcome proposals from other private people also, and government organization and also educational institutions, if they want to partner with Coffee Board and Atal Incubation Center to host any of the skill development programs. So definitely we can collaborate for that. And I'm open for customization of exclusive training program to meet the requirement of a specific group of people, and we can do that. So in another 2-3 weeks, we are going to start.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In another 2-3 weeks, we are going to start an exclusive training program where we are going to train 1 lakh self-help group women in Karnataka on coffee brewing and cafe management skills. So we are going to set up 2,500 coffee kiosks in Karnataka alone. So this program we want to do it at a pilot scale here in Karnataka. Later on, want to expand pan India.
Correct, correct. And some of these programs, as the conversations are already going on with the Tijaarat, Rabe and Idaarah, uh, um, management team, we would be more than glad to bring it to the community as well soon. And in terms of the same questions that how can we get to know these about these programs? So all of it will be shared by newsletters, emailers, and the existing communication channels, sir. Now, moving on, sir, there is, and I saw this question in the chat window as well a couple of times, which is
Yeah.
what are the most promising opportunities within the coffee sector, which entrepreneurs were looking to enter into the sector now?
Okay, so most of the people have the same question when they attend our webinars also. It's like a hot topic. See, we are the most populous country in the world, and we are basically a chai drinking nation, right? So how about people start consuming coffee? How do we bring in that coffee culture in India? So if we have to do it, definitely people should learn how to prepare coffee. It's an art and science by itself. So you cannot prepare coffee the way how you do the preparation of tea. So it requires exclusive skill. So now, as a coffee board, so we are already into this skilling programs, and also we connect a lot of people with stakeholders, with consultants who can help them to get into these businesses. So if you ask me, most of the people get into cafe business. That's the most popular thing that they do. It may be a micro kiosk, it may be a pop-up kiosk, or it may be a full-fledged cafeteria along with premium coffee, everything. So most of the people get into that. Second one is they get into selling of coffee powder. It may be instant powder, it may be a regular filter coffee powder, or roasted beans. So this is the second most thing that they do. But in terms of regular business, if you ask me, as I told, export business is the most desired one. So almost 70% of the coffee what we grow is getting exported. So you can see that only 25 to 30% is consumed in domestic market. But now these figures are slowly changing. Even the domestic consumption is increasing, and India is not just exporting coffee. Even we started importing specialty coffee from other countries. So because there is a demand in India, so a lot of people are ready to pay premium price if you can offer good quality coffee to them.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's glad that you brought up this point, sir, that in the area which you say that most emerging opportunities are there. The Tijaarat Rabia office is also planning to curate a program, build a program which lot of entrepreneurs can benefit from, and they can if they are looking or planning to start a cafe or a similar micro kiosk, then there will be a lot of hand holding which the department can provide them end to end, and from the planning stage to setting up to sourcing beans to the go to market strategy, the Idaarah is going to provide. So that's one initiative we are actively working on, and those information shall also be rolled out to the audience in a short while. Now, sir, we've spoken a lot about understanding the dynamics of this industry, but
Yeah.
can you help us give some examples so that we can visualize, because a lot of these examples we might be coming across in a day-to-day life, but probably if we can get to know from you better, that what are the examples of coffee startups from India who have successfully scaled?
Okay. Okay. Uh, See, as I told, a lot of startups emerging in this cafe vertical. So you might have heard third wave coffee. Okay, a
Yes.
lot of outlets you might have seen, right, in Mumbai or in Pune, Delhi. A lot of cafes they're starting. So third wave coffee, basically it's categorized as a lifestyle cafe chain. Okay, so they are scaling rapidly. They have more than 30 plus outlets now, and they want to have at least 150 plus outlets in next 2-3 years. So, and they have raised funds as well. Okay, And we have Blue Tokai, another startup which is very popular. So they are actually a specialty coffee roasters, and later on they got into this cafe chains also. So Blue Tokai, that's the name. And we have Sleepy Owl. Sleepy Owl started with regular coffee, and also they got popular because of their cold brews, actually cold coffee, cold brews. And they also came up with this ready-to-drink segment. The way how you have this Pepsi, Coca-Cola, something like that, they have ready-to-drink cold brew. So that became very popular with the youths, and they are also one of the startup that is growing very rapidly.
Right.
And we also have Rage Coffee, where they use this online digital platforms for delivery of coffee, and also they come with a lot of customization to their packaging and other aspects. Apart
Right.
from that, we as a coffee board, like we have supported many startups. It's not just about cafe. We have startups who are into traceability technology using blockchain. Okay, so
Right.
from source, from origin to the place where you are going to ship it. So entire things can be traced now using blockchain enabled facilities. And we have startups who are using coffee, means they extract essential oils from coffee that can be used for skincare products. And we also have startups who are converting coffee waste into some useful products like hand wash powder and this fall seal tiles, and also packaging materials. So there are a lot of people. That's it. I told. It's not just about startups who are running the cafes. A lot of startups are coming into this value addition aspects also. And few
Right.
startups work exclusively for agri inputs, like using, instead of using chemical based formulations for the crop, they use biotechnology based, bioenzyme based crop inputs, where the crop yield is better, and also the soil fertility is restored back to its original condition. Yeah.
Got it, sir. Got it. And sir, I see that there are a few questions on the lines of that. Can we the pavilion which we are planning during Surat. Now, I like to share the teaser here because some of the people have already mentioned that during Iqtesadiyah, can some of these trainings be conducted? Can some of these programs be conducted? And I like to take this opportunity using this stage that we are planning entire pavilion on understanding the bean to business journey, and wherein we'll also be bringing a lot of various stakeholders, various technology providers, a lot of knowledge partners, sessions. So a lot of people who want to understand this in detail can take benefit during the period of Istifada. Now there is this question, sir, that about the growing side of it, that what kind of climate does it take, what kind of condition does it take to grow coffee. So can we touch upon that?
Yeah. So basically, the coffee requires a temperature between 18 degrees to 23 or 24 max, not more than that, especially during the harvest, means cultivation time. So it requires a high terrain region. So if you see, most of the coffee that is grown in India is in the southern Ghats section of India, like where we have a lot of these mountain ranges. And the another big thing which I forgot to mention is, unlike other countries where coffee is grown on the plain flat land, the coffee in India is grown on terrain region under the shades. So we actually require a lot of forest to grow coffee. So the coffee plants requires a lot of shade, because if you expose it to higher temperature, the quality of the coffee will not be ensured. And in India, it also requires a lot of moist condition. Here, since a lot of this coffee is grown in the forest region, the nature itself act as a protector of the plant. So we need not use a lot of harsh chemicals, pesticides, and other things for growing of coffee. So I saw one question in the chat box. Somebody asked me, can we grow coffee in Madhya Pradesh? So see, you can grow coffee anywhere, but end of the day, what matters is what is the quality of the coffee that you are growing. So when you compare it with the coffee that is grown in the down south or in the mountain regions in northeast or Orissa or Andhra Pradesh, the density of the coffee bean matters a lot. You may get a coffee cherry, you may pluck it, you may wash it, you can do whatever the processes that are required to get the green beans. But end of the day, what matters is how much density it has. What is the coffee cup score? So, and it as you cannot expose it to too much of high temperature. So the regions, especially Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh or Rajasthan, Gujarat, so it is difficult for the plant to survive. So that is the reason a lot of coffee is available, means for growing. In down south, we have a lot of mountain regions here: Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. A lot of forest region, especially in the Ghats. Not just in Karnataka, even the coffee which is grown in Andhra Pradesh and Orissa, it is all in the forest belt in the mountain region. You might have heard about Araku coffee, right? So again, it comes from that Orissa Andhra Pradesh border and all tribal region, forest region. Yeah.
Got it, sir. Got it. Now, sir, what would be your advice to entrepreneurs who are now getting first time into this the coffee sector, uh, planning to launch a venture in any of these fields which we touched upon so far?
Okay. So it's not just for the startups who want to get into coffee. Any startup, for that matter, who want to get into agri startup sector. So basically, you need to do your homework first properly. Understand the sector. Okay, what is the trend that's happening within this sector, and what kind of support system is already existing. Say, suppose you want to launch your own startup, what kind of support system is already existing, and what needs to be built, and where is the gap, and how good your local government or the central government is acting upon filling those gaps. Second thing is you need to have a proper team who can share your vision. It's not that you as a single person, if you want to launch your business, it should be a teamwork, and your team is very, very important. They need to have that proper understanding of the purpose why you are doing. Unless you don't know the purpose, it is difficult for you to connect the dots, right? And you need to uh, take help of incubators like us. Okay, if not possible to come down to Bangalore, there are a lot of agri-business incubators established by Government of India across the country. Visit any nearest incubation center, see whether they are supporting startups who are into agri and allied sectors. It need not be essentially coffee. Any incubation center who have some support system available for agri startups, so get enrolled there for their incubation programs. So this is where you will understand whether whatever business idea what you have developed is feasible or not. You can validate your idea there. Connect with the right mentors, industry experts, take advice from them, and don't have too much of affection for your initial few ideas. Be ready to accept no, and anybody give any advice to you, take it in a constructive way. I have seen a lot of startups, they don't want to accept no from us. The moment when we say no, this idea doesn't work, they don't want to listen to that no, then they start arguing. So what I suggest is be open-minded and see what others are doing, how they are scaling up. See if you can do something better than them. So that is how you need to develop ideas and build a team. Build a team who believe in you and they know the purpose. They should share the vision. That is very, very important. And don't do startup just for the sake of doing. You should have some scalable plan. It should not only your family members who get employed. You need to think how I can generate employment for others, especially for the people who are coming from the low income category and people who are coming from the rural background. Can you generate employment opportunities for them through your startup? And try to use as much as technologies available so that you can have a better efficiency in the projects. Okay, and so that you can give tough competition to the existing players in the market. Okay.
Got it. Sir, I think a lot of people have question around the technical aspect of it of growing, which is hydroponic. That can coffee be done in hydroponic? Has anyone done this before? Is there any success in doing by that route? So can we touch upon that?
See, as I told, coffee requires a specific temperature. So where are you going to establish this hydroponic system? Okay, and end of the day, you need to have certain volume of coffee that can be grown in hydroponic or any other new age technologies, and it also requires a lot of macro and micronutrients. And as I told, the nature itself act as a protector of the coffee plants, and it requires temperature also. It's not that coffee always should be in the shades. So during summer season, okay, we need a certain amount of temperature, okay, for the coffee plant. And once you pluck the cherry, again you need a system where you can dry it, right? Here in India, the coffee, once the cherry is plucked from the plant, they wash it and then they remove the outer husk, and the green beans are dried under the hot sunlight. We are not using any new modern technologies for drying and all. Very few companies have drying beds that they have established, but most of the coffee farmers in India are small scale farmers who have land holding of less than 2 to 5 hectares. So that means it is difficult for them to afford all modern technologies. So still they're practicing all traditional methods in terms of coffee processing. So it's not just about growing the plant in hydroponics or anything. What happens after next, right? So you need to think about that as well.
Got it, sir. Got it. And it's interesting to watch that a lot of people want to understand the grassroots of coffee. A lot of people are trying to understand how does it happen at grassroots level. And I'll also like to take this stage as an opportunity to introduce that the Idaarah is also actively planning a lot of programs on in terms of promoting um, tourism within coffee sector. And we are of course we'll also you know uh, work hand in hand with you, sir, to understand what kind of states can we line up, how can we take the members of the community to the grassroots wherein they can
Mm,
understand
mm.
it live, that what does it actually go into it. And from there, as the title of this webinar also says, bean to business. So why can't and why don't we take this opportunity to be around the beans and then understand the business aspect of it?
Okay. See, I'll start with that brief history of coffee.
Yes,
So,
sir.
coffee came to India through Yemen. Okay, so we had a Sufi saint, Baba Budan, who actually smuggled 7 coffee beans and he planted them in Chikmagalur, district of Karnataka, on the mountain region. So that mountain region is known as Baba Budan Giri. Giri means mountain. So he's the one who initially brought those coffee beans to India. And during the British time, they actually came up with this commercialization of coffee crop for their consumption back in UK. So they encouraged a lot of farmers to grow coffee because the climate was suitable, and a lot of people in Europe used to consume coffee. And since Britishers had access to all our resources, they took it as an opportunity to encourage farmers to grow coffee and buy it at a cheap price. So that's how it started. So if you see, the coffee estates in India are more than 150, 200 years old. They're not very new. Most of the estates, even they, like we have one of the startup incubated with us. They are single estate origin coffee growers and also exporters. They used to supply coffee to Britishers and also to Mysore Maharajas. And still they do. Still they do. And they are the 5th generation coffee growers. Okay. So, as I told, like coffee requires certain temperature, certain maintenance. So, when you ask about maintenance, Robusta variety of coffee, the maintenance is less, the cost of cultivation is less, unlike with Arabica. And since coffee is grown in the terrain region, using any equipments or farm machinery equipments in those regions is difficult. So, most of the coffee harvesting and post harvesting, if you see, most of the things are done traditionally. And unlike any other countries where they grow on the plain land, they use a lot of machines to pluck the coffee, ripen coffee cherries. But here in India, it is everything is hand plucked. So a lot of women are employed in these coffee estates who pluck the coffee cherries by bare hand. Okay, and it requires a lot of skills to understand which specific cherry is ripen or unripen. So based on that, they have to pluck it. And once the plucking is done, then goes with a coffee washing, So they wash the coffee cherries, and we have something called hulling process, where the outer, after removing the outer husk of the coffee, still there will be certain fiber content left on the coffee beans. So they that can be removed using a huller, commercial huller. Then comes sorting and grading. So the price of the coffee is not just dependent on the cup score; it also depends on the size, shape, and density of the coffee as well. So we have a lot of companies now emerging into sorting and grading equipments, where it helps in doing this process instead of manual process. You can use color sorting machines, or now grading machines also. So grading happens again. There are a lot of people who are asking which is the best variety of coffee in India. So India has five GI tagged coffees. So that comes specifically from a specific origin. Now we are also applying for another two GI tags. And as I told, Chikmagalur, Coorg, and Sakleshpur coffee is known as one of the best coffees, followed by Wayanad and Koraput's region, where we have this Araku Valley. So Araku coffee is also very popular. In fact, in one of the Man Ki Baat session, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji also spoke about Araku coffee. Yeah.
Got it, sir. Thank you for sharing so many insights. I mean, the subject is so good that we can talk for hours and hours. But of course, we are on clock. We'll have to have proper closure to the session as well. So, and I see there are a lot of questions. So we'll of course wouldn't want to disappoint the audience as well. But at the same time, it wouldn't be possible to take each and every question which is coming. Now, I'll bucketize them and sort of answer in my capacity to sort of, come towards the closure of this session. Now, a lot of people are asking in terms of, from the training standpoint, that a lot of people are asking that I'm a beginner, have no idea about the industry. A lot of people are asking in terms of, I have some idea, I have done some exploration, but will there be an hand-holding support? And as you touched upon, sir, that all the programs which are there in the incubator, and which the Idaarah and Tijaarat Raabehah platform will also extend as a form of the incubation, will be able to provide Muminin support in terms of both online and offline, and in all aspects of it. So the details will follow. And and of course, a lot of questions are on the lines of imports, export. A lot of questions are on the lines of the report which you cited. So what we'll be doing post this session is that there will be a recording which will go along with. We'll also try and include the report which you have mentioned, sir, so that each and every one of us can take the benefit from that report which you just mentioned in the beginning. Now,
Yeah.
I'll also take this opportunity to share a couple of links here in the chat box, so that people who would want to get in touch with Tijaarat Raabehah, people who would want to get in reach out for any technical any all kinds of support, can take benefit from Tijaarat Raabehah. So I'll be pasting those links in the chat box. Now, thank you so much, sir. You have taken your precious time. You have taken us through this. This is, of course, the beginning of the conversation in this segment. We'll have a lot of such sessions, timely planned. We will have, of course, support looking from you in terms of both online and offline. So we would near soon plan the members of the community who can come down to the center in Bangalore, visit the facility offline, and can understand. And of course, when we do this pavilion during Iqtesadiyah, we're more than happy to have you there, talk to the community, interact with the community as well, sir.
Definitely, definitely. Looking forward for all those. And I would like to tell one last thing for all the participants. See, whatever training programs that we do from Coffee Board, Atal Incubation Center, so most of the participants doesn't have background of coffee, neither in their family or in the education background. So we start from the basics. We start from the basics. What is coffee? Okay, how it is grown, how it is processed. So we start from the basics so that everybody is on the same page. Second thing is, we encourage you to visit our incubation center in person to understand what our startups are doing, what kind of products they have, and also a lot of our own startups and other people who are associated with our incubator, they have their own homestays within their coffee estates, and they have coffee experience centers, and they also take you for the farm tours. So that is where actually you will learn how the processing of coffee happens by being in the estate, rather than looking at the slides or any other video. You may not be able to understand. You should be on the ground to understand how exactly the coffee estate looks like. And Indian coffee ecosystem is filled with a lot of flora and fauna, and each state, wherever the coffee is grown, has its own unique blend of nature and people. So we actually grow coffee with nature, with the support of nature. So that will be definitely worth visiting to the coffee estates. And October to February is the actual coffee cultivation time. So so October, November, December, January, most of the coffee estates, you can see a lot of activities happening. And from February, March, that harvesting starts. Then post-harvest activity starts from April, because of the summer. They start doing the drying of coffee beans. So unlike other crops, coffee is annual crop. You cannot have two cycles in a year. It is an annual crop. So somebody was asking me how profitable it is to grow coffee in indoors. So that is one thing, because it's not that easy, because as I told, it is about the volume. So how much of volume of coffee you grow, the person who trades coffee from India to outside or within India, he needs volume. So how big setup you can have indoor, so that is important. So whatever coffee that you grow indoor may be sufficient for your personal consumption, not more than that. You cannot export it. If you have to export it, then you need to have a big setup. And what is the return on your investment? So that is very difficult, right? So I encourage you to visit the estates, understand by yourself, and also Central Coffee Research Institute also have a lot of things to share with you. You can meet scientists. You can see our other center of excellence related to coffee, tissue culture, biotechnology centers. And also you can meet coffee growers, people who work in the estates, and also exporters. So a lot of people are also part of this exporting community. You can meet them in person and ask how profitable it is to export coffee from this particular estate, whatever that is grown. They will give you the definition in the way that you can easily understand, because we talk a lot of technicalities, we talk about statistics, whereas they answer you in a layman terms.
Got it, sir. Got it. Um, Once again, I think there are a lot of message appreciating and thanking you for your time, sir. Lot of interesting insights, and as I mentioned, it wouldn't be possible in next another 1 hour also to sort of even scratch the surface of coffee, let alone deep dive into it. But it was great having you. Some of the things which people have repeatedly asked for, I've already shared in the chat box. The link to Tijaarat Rabia website. There's a form which I've shared. I'll repaste it in the chat box. So it'll be great for us as organizers to sort of get your feedback, hear your feedback, so that we can continue bringing these sessions back and back to you. And then if there are any gaps, if there are any lags from our side, we can also fix them. So please do fill your feedback. A lot of people also asked for my key contact details as well. I have left my email ID. I have left my LinkedIn ID in the chat box, so that people can visit that. And on last but not the least, sir, on behalf of Idaarah, Tijaarat, Raabehah, and Deborah, I sincerely thank you for your time and for all the efforts which you have taken to interact with the team. And it's not just this conversation, right? This conversation had bunch of conversations before that, and
Yeah.
you have been very patient with us. You have given your time time and again to us. So appreciate it. And we also take this as opportunity for to mark the beginning of the relationship with Coffee Board and with the Incubation Center. So we'll the community will keep seeing your face and of the extended team members from the Coffee Board, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Happy to definitely share whatever information that I have personally as a head of the institute, and also I can connect you with the relevant stakeholders within the coffee industry, so that you can also understand other niche areas within the coffee sector. So definitely, I'm looking forward to have impactful programs in collaboration with your community, and I look forward to have you people here in Coffee Board head office also.
Done, sir. Done. On that note, sir, we'll close this webinar, and
Yeah.
looking forward to interacting with you again and again. And thanks to all the participants who joined this session. Things will follow, so please keep an active eye out on the emails, on the messaging platforms, and everything which we have discussed in this session will come straight in your inbox. Thank you for joining, and thank you once again, sir.
Take care. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye.